Welcome back, everyone. Let's keep riding and chatting. In the last episode, we covered that super complex intersection and touched on 酱肉火烧 for a bit. Was that a little too much information? Let's slow things down this time and talk about something more relaxed. We just happened to reach this underpass, and it's definitely worth a rant. I believe I've mentioned this to you before, but these roads we are passing through, the one that go underneath the railway tracks, are called 地道桥. 地道 means underpass, is simply an underground road. So a bridge, where a bridge is 桥. 桥 means bridge, where the traffic flows through an underground passage, is what we call a 地道桥. This underpass is located on Baihua Road. That's the name of the street, Baihua Road. Therefore, this is known as the Baihua Road Underpass. In Chinese is 百花路地道桥. Lu means road. 百花 road, 百花路 underpass 地道桥. 百花路地道桥. So why do I say this place is worth a rant? It's because every summer, whenever there's heavy rainfall, this place is guaranteed to flood. How many years has it been? Decades. I don't know how far back it goes exactly, but for as long as I can remember, this place floods every single time it rains. They are always talking about fixing it, but it's all useless. The flooding just keeps happening. And in our neck of the woods, the authorities are experts at talking big. But the more they sugarcoat things, the more people boo and jeer. It's because they lack the competence to actually get the job done right, let alone all the resources they've wasted. Everyone's used to it by now and couldn't care less. We just live with it. Then on the left, that older looking building is Baoding First Hospital. This one is a genuine old building. It shouldn't be a modern replica. I was going to say that with absolute certainty, but you know what. Never mind, I'd better not be too sure about these things. That large area inside the wall on the right also belongs to the hospital. Both sides are connected by an overpass above. By the way, when it comes to seeing a doctor around here, whether it's for something major or minor, you don't have to wait in line as long as you know someone. Yeah, that's right. You need to find a connection to get things done. Once someone helps you pull a few strings, everything becomes much easier. Why am I able to say this? Because it's exactly what we all do. Let me clarify something. The footage was filmed on the first day of the Lunar New Year. There's hardly anyone around because everyone is staying at home for the celebrations. Very few people are out wandering the streets today, but starting tomorrow or the day after, the crowds will be back. The intersection up ahead is a bridge. That bridge crosses the moat. Right now, we are technically outside the moat area. Running alongside the outer edge of the moat is a small path, not a proper main road, mind you. Since it's winter, it's not that busy. But wait until the weather gets a bit warmer. This stretch is filled with so-called antiques and various little trinkets. You'll also find cats, dogs, and small animals. Things like crickets, katydids, and birds are sold. all along here. There are also fish, baby turtles, and I've even seen uh, salamanders, lizards, and snakes. Today we are going straight through. We are not taking the main road. These roads used to be part of the Hutong. They weren't nearly this wide back then. Holy cow! I just saw a sanitation worker blast straight through a red light. Although I'm usually very tolerant of sanitation workers, the way he just charged through, it seems like he's carrying some inner frustration. You'll notice that we are stopping right on the yellow box junction. Most people here don't really have the awareness that the specific area is supposed to be kept clear. Riding a bike against traffic is one thing, but these electric trikes darting around everywhere are truly annoying. It's definitely not right, but let's just take it as part of experiencing the local character and the vibe of the place. To be honest, in a place like this, no one is in a position to charge, as long as we can all just squeeze through. That's good enough. This is an old residential area, probably 30 years old. When it was originally built, parking wasn't considered at all. Now, cars are parked everywhere as long as they can fit and aren't blocking the way. People just deal with it. When I describe something as old, I'm generally referring to 30 or 40 years. Anything older than that rarely survives. If I call a restaurant an old shop, I mean it's been around for 30 or 40 years at most. Don't even expect anything a century old, even if they claim to be. It's rarely the real deal. Usually, they've just kept the name, and everything else has changed. The little intersection up ahead is very lively. Why? Because the street crossing our horizontally is called 西大街, West Great Street. It was essentially the main thoroughfare 100 years ago. It's since been redeveloped into a pedestrian street, filled with decorations that give it a great festive atmosphere. We'll just take a quick peek from here rather than going in, as bicycles aren't allowed on the pedestrian street. Besides, I'm a bit worried about my bike being stolen. If I lock it outside, you never can be too sure around here. The stretch we are riding on right now is definitely Tangjia Hutong. Tang is a family name. Jia means a family. Tangjia means Tang family. Hutong is Hutong. The Hutong of Tang family. Tangjia Hutong. This is the northern section, referred to as Beitang for short. Northern in Chinese is Bei, so northern section, northern Tangjia Hutong is Beitang. Tangjia Hutong is split horizontally in the middle by Baihua Road, which is the absolute main artery of the old city district. Naturally, that makes the other half Nantang, means South Tang, Southern Tang, Nantang. of course, these hutong nowadays have completely changed. Nothing is the same anymore. Could they have been paved with asphalt back then? I can't quite remember, but they certainly weren't this wide. In the old days, people would come through here with horse-drawn carriages, donkey carts, and mule wagons to sell vegetables. Those times were truly something else. Once we cross Baihua Road, we'll be back at the section I mentioned before, the one where we talked about tanggua, malt melon candy, tanggua, and the Department of Qinghe Affairs, 清河道署, Department of Qinghe Affairs. This is all still Tangjia Hutong, mind you. There's an inflatable over here. It's called a Naughty Castle, I think. It's got an image of the Monkey King on top. Looks very dreamy, though. I'm definitely not going up there to play. Have a look. It's actually quite interesting. I've no idea who set this up. Now let's ride quietly through this Hutong. The sunlight is beautiful today, perfect for just cycling in peace for a while. If you notice anything you are curious about, feel free to ask. I'll take my time explaining everything to you. See you next time. There's still so much more to talk about along this road.